Hey, it's Pratty Matty. I've been looking through older LEGO games and looking for vehicles to make. I thought it'd be interesting to see if I could make them using instructions and the LEGO 2K Drive build engine. Massive thanks to 2K for code to play. Let's delve into LEGO City Undercover and make the legendary police car Hero. Let's get building. We're going to make this from the street set using the Ace of Race chassis. First of all, I chose a grey for the chassis. Then use these right angle pieces for the front in grey. Put this black 4x1 right angled block on top. I filled these sections in with single studs. Then repeated the process on the back, instead using a flat right angled piece. Then cover the wheels with white wheel arches. Use a flat 2x2 at the back and this flat right angled 2x1 covering it with a smooth 2x1. Then fill in the middle sections with a 2x2 flat piece. These single towers and 2x1 blocks. Now, let's make the sides. In blue, use these 3 long wedges and fill in the centre with 2x1 blocks. Cover it all in an 8x1 flat. I then added a steering wheel to the front and filled in the front and back with a 4x1 block. I cut the back with a grip handle and filled in the edge with these side pieces. Let's make the front. Use 2 4x1 flat pieces in blue and cut the ends with these curved wedges. Now, bear with me for this. Place a right angled light bar upside down on these pieces, covering it in single studs and a small wedge. Now, using wing pieces, we can make the front spoilers, upside down on the bottom. Fill in the front of the bonnet with these white wing pieces. Use 8x1 flat pieces to line and build up the sides. Cut the end with these 3x1s. I then use these yellow lights at the front covering them with a smooth long wedge. To make a bit of a centre console, I use this small wedge and single smooth studs. I then filled in the rest of the dashboard and the back using these 4x2 flats. Fill in the rear spoiler using a mixture of right angle pieces to make it level. Now use these long, smooth wedges to make the bonnet. There are longer versions available, so it's up to you with how you want it to look. Add some wing mirrors using these sideways grip pieces and cap the top with a smooth 2x1. Now build the rear platform with these 6x2 flat pieces. Let's build up the rear of the car with these elongated wedges that will run the whole length of the car. Use these inverted 2x2 wedge pieces to give a little more streamline. Use a small black wedge for the rear fin. Fill in the front of here with the engine bay with smooth pieces. You can add some engine decals to them if you like. We're going to build up a rear brake light by placing a 4x1 flat and building up the middle with 2x1 flats, capping the top with red brake lights. Now finish the engine bay with these long thin wedges in white. Place a roof on top. Let's add a windscreen piece, like this, using the clear paint. Now, add the blues and twos on top, using these programmable studs. I set them to be on whilst honking. Use a white smooth single stud to fill in this gap, then a white right angle piece for the rear brake lights, topping it with the red programmable studs. To finish things off, use a 6x1 flat piece at the rear of the car. Use 2 grip handles and finish the middle with these grey cones to be exhaust pipes. For the front headlights, I use these yellow single studs, programming them to be always on. It's up to you now how you want the vehicle to look. In the end, I chose these slightly longer curved wedges to make the front bonnet. In 2K, this design is slightly longer than some of the instructions I found for this car online. Of course, if you wanted to, using the same design, you can make the Drakonas by adding a slightly bigger wing to the back. Let me know how you get on with this build. I'd love to hear your feedback. As always, let me know any other builds you'd like to see in the comments. I've been Pratty Matty. Thanks for stopping by.